Hi everyone, welcome back to my class, Mr. Andy's class. You will learn a new topic in our class for grade 11. Okay, so when you can see from my PowerPoint in here, guys, you can take a look. I want to ask you like to imagine if you want to write a letter to your boyfriend and to your girlfriend and you don't know how to write it in English. Don't worry, guys. I'm here to help you. Okay, so now we are going to learn our new topic. It's about personal letter. Wow, I know that nowadays a letter is not really exist like using a paper. It's like using envelope, right? Because nowadays we have a technology like to send you any kinds of like informations, and also you can use email, right? But in here I'm going like to ask you later on, yeah, and then how you can write a personal letter. Okay, so in here I have a quote to you before you write your personal letter. Okay, so in this quote I made by myself. A person who never made a mistake never tried a new thing. Don't be afraid to make a mistake. Before the right comes, mistake is the first step to achieve the right. Yeah, so that's why, guys, don't be afraid to make a mistake because mistake makes you grow up. Okay? All right. So let's learn about this topic. Why we have to learn about this topic? Because so that you know how to distinguish between personal letter and business letter, to understand the linguistic features in the personal letter, and also about the structures, and the last about expressions. Okay then. So guys, according to the Cambridge dictionary in here said that a letter is a written message from one person to another. Okay, usually put in an envelope and send it by post. Okay, but that's I think nowadays it's not exist. Even though like a letter like you want to give or send to your friend in overseas, it's still okay. Yeah, it still exists. But if you like have like in here close friends, you don't need to use or to write that. Yeah, like using your phone, it's okay. Okay, so what is the personal letter? So in here, a personal letter is a letter which is written for someone you know. Yeah, for someone you know, like your friend, your family, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, and yes, whoever you want to write it down. So for the purpose, it's like you want to give the information. It's like for information like good news, bad news, or advice, many things. Okay. All right. So let's move on. Okay. In here, guys, I know that in the previous year, I think, yeah, you have learned about business letter. Okay. So actually, what's the difference between personal letter and I can say that in business letter? Okay, let's take a look. For the first one, yeah, you know that the purpose. The purpose is very different because you know that in the personal letter, the purpose you write the letter is like for your friend, for your girlfriend, but business letter is like for the company or the job. Okay, the second one is the structure. Of course, in the personal letter, the structure is like informal, but in business letter, it's formal. Okay, what about the language? Of course, in the personal letter, you can write like the slang language, but in business letter, you must write it in formal language, formal, okay? Okay, what about the size? Of course, the size of the paper in the personal letter and business letter, very different, right? Yes, of course, in the personal letter, you can use any kind of letter, right? But in business letter, you are not allowed to use that. Okay, what about the salutations? Of course, the salutation is very different with personal letter. Okay, personal letter and business letter In personal letter salutations, you can say like this: best regard, cheers, something like that. Yeah, but business letter, you are not allowed to use cheers, something like that. Okay, the last one, yeah, of course, the method when the way you write the letter very different. Okay, now let's take a look about the language features. So, in the personal letter, before you write about your letter, especially you want to send your letter to your friend, you need to know some of the language features in here, guys. So first, you need to know about the sentence structure, and then the second, style. Now, let's take a look about the first one, sentence structure. In the sentence structures, you must know about several parts like this: accuracy, the grammar. Yeah, the grammar is very important because when somebody read your letter and then the grammar is ungrammatical, they don't know what are you talking about, guys. Yeah, and then the second things that you need to write in the complete sentence are expected, because maybe some of the terms like using, like, like in Indonesia they said alay, like using numbers in your I don't know what is that, like when use forever, you use like for and ever. Yeah, I don't know about it. Okay, the third, you can use slang, and then the fourth, you can use contractions. Contraction is like to make it short from I will, you can make it I'll or will. Okay, and also you need to use personal pronouns such as I, we, and you, and also use active voice. Okay, what about the style? In the style, you need to know about the language used must be personal, like first and second person. You know what is first and second person, right? Okay, and the second thing, your language must be warm. Okay, and also if you want to send or to write the personal letter, you need to write about the person names. Of course, when you write the letter, how do you know like to whom you want to send the letter, right? That's ridiculous. Okay, and you need to make like very sentence length, very natural, and you can use like conversational style. Okay, and let your personality shine through in your writing. Okay, so now let's take a look the structure. So in here I have 9 structures how you can write your personal letter. Okay, let's take a look. Number 1, for number 1, yes, of course, you need to write about the date. Yeah, the date. Where do you need to write the date? You need to write on the top of your paper. Yeah, I can say that. And if you want to write the date, you can use like 2 kinds of styles in here. You can use like American style, you can use British style. The second one, you need to write down about the address. The address in here to whom you want to write or to send your letter. For example, my name is Andy and I want to write the letter for maybe Ruth. Yeah, I want to make Ruth address in the letter. The third one is salutations. Okay, the salutation is very different. Yeah, okay, salutation is very different in here, guys. You need to know that salutations like using dear. Okay, you can say like best friend, your best, my best, like that. Yeah, something like that. The fourth one, yeah, the fourth one you can say like you can say introduction. So in introduction, it's very important to make opening. Yeah, it's like say how are you? Yeah, are you okay or not? Greetings. The 5, you need to write about the body. So in body, this is the main message from your letter. Yeah, like what do you want to deliver to the to your friends. Okay, the 6th one is the closers. Is here in here that indicate the letter is going to end, like the closing. Yeah, the 7, you need to write down about the complimentary clause like sincerely yours and etc. And 8, the signatures. Of course, you must to write about your signatures. And then the last is postscripts. Actually, postscript is optional, guys. Yeah, postscripts in here you can make like PS in here. So the function of postscripts in here is like for your additional information. Yeah. All right. Now let's take a look about this. The expression. Yay. So the expression in here, if you want to use the gratitude in here, you can take a look. The example like this. I'm just writing to thank you for blah 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 blah. I'm very grateful. Thanks very much for blah 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 blah. And then for giving advice, you can use these expressions like, well, I thought about it, and if I were you, I would blah 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 blah. Okay, I think you shouldn't. Okay, the third one, you can use the expressions in your personal letter, like delivering good news. When you want to deliver the good news, you can say like this: I'm sure you will be happy to hear that. OMG, you'll never guess what happened. Okay, you can take a look, yeah, the other expressions about delivering good news. And the opposite for good news will be bad news. I'm sorry, but I have to tell you that blah 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 blah. I'm extremely sorry to hear that. It was heart-wrenching to read about. Okay, after that, if you want to use asking for help, you can say like this: I wonder if you could help me. I hope it's not too much to ask. I wonder if I could blah 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 blah. Okay, in here, don't forget the last one is apologizing. It's like how you want to get to say sorry or to apologize yourself or your friend in here. Okay. Next, so let's take a look at the example directly how the personal letter is written. Let's take a look about this. What I have told you previously, guys. So this is the date, right? This is the name of the. Okay, we can say that this is inside address. Yeah, inside address is for to whom you want to write the letter. Okay, this is the salutation. This is the introduction. This is the body, and this is the closure. Okay. Okay, and this is the with love. This is not really formal actually. Yeah, this is informal. Actually, there is a signature in here and your name here. So this is the example from personal letter. So what about in business letter? Okay, but before we are going to talk about business letter, let's take a look at the language. Yeah. So in here, guys, yeah, the writer use informal language for the first paragraph, like using "How are you today?" Yeah, and then also if you want to give to use the present tense and past tense, it's okay, guys, because if you want to use the present tense, it means that you want to say about your conditions. But if you want to say or to write using past tense, it means that you want to tell something in the past. Okay, like using verb to. Okay, now let's move on to the business letter. Yes, this is the example of business letter. We have learned about that last year, and you know that okay, let's take a look about this one. Now, from the structures, very different, right? Look at the complementary clause. In here, using sincerely, but in here, using with love, right? Different. Yes. Okay, you can take a look this one. Okay, now, so guys, if you have any questions far about how to write personal letter, just let me know. Don't hesitate, okay? Because I'm here to help you. Okay? So, that's all for today. Thank you so much for your attention. I'll see you next week in the next lesson. God bless you all and keep writing. Bye-bye.